right. Hopefully everything is good. So good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're joining us from. For those that celebrate, I hope you had a wonderful holiday. You made it home safe and all that good stuff. Myself, I'm finally returned. So no more super shoddy audio. And I apologize for the quality that I had to put out while I was out, but I was working off my partner's laptop, microphone, just out on the webcam, stuff like that. So we were doing the best that we could given these situations, but we are finally back. Now, a lot has happened, a lot has gone on, and I do want to give a shout out to Sereniel, which has just been a blast. I mean, I always try to kind of stray away from the whole like must pull conversation because at the end of the day, we are playing a gacha game that does have predatory practices and what have you. So I will always say spend within your means, but you know, speaking from a more free to play friendly perspective, if you're someone who's been saving up, for the love of God, get this character before she's gone. Because she is absurdly strong, and I've been trying to find out when I could, you know, make a video that talks about all the different builds, because I think there's still a lot of people that don't fully grasp that, you know, because her entire mechanic is built around Ravage, there's going to be two different things that you want to focus on for your epiphanies, and I post on YouTube posts, but the one thing that I did want to stress overall is making sure that we talk about the in plasma laser with instinct weakness, right? Because so many times we have seen a Chaos Zero Nightmare deck that has like 2 to 3 cards in it, and like that's all that the character brings. And Sereniel, you know, I was really trying to find a downside to her kit, or like, oh, you know, Haru has really weak multi-hit. Sereniel can cover single hit or multi enemies depending on which epiphanies you take. So I'm like, okay, well, that's not it. And then I was like, oh, well, Yuki just didn't have enough damage. Even with fully upgraded, her AoE felt a little bit lacking in. Her single target was just abysmal. Again, I think damage-wise, we can all agree that even beyond the Great Rift boss, like, Sereniel is soloing all the hardest content in the game and doing a way better job at, you know, on-element characters. So there's no real downside to even mention to this character other than, you know, obviously the devs played into, like, the more FOMO category and stuff like that of, hey, she won't be going to the standard pool, so do keep that in mind that, you know, in, what, 12 more days or whatever it is that she will be going away at forever, well, until I decide to rerun the character. And I actually asked I'm Sue, so again, shout out to I'm Sue and some other of the E7 people. They do regularly rerun stuff in Epic 7, so there is a very good chance that we will see her back again in the future. And also, I just realized that this is somewhat cut off here, so my apologies. Yeah, the part that I am worried about, and I will say now, like, the actual downsides, is not directly related to her kit, but instead kind of what does this mean for future 5 stars, right? Because Narja is the next raid up, or at least we would assume so. It's not 100% confirmed, but we assume it's Narja based on how they preview the characters. And that should make Sereniel even stronger, because in the preview that is in the game, Narja does seem to be break focused, so we are just getting now a direct support for Sereniel. Now we're just adding on to like the Mei Lin issue of like, why would somebody pull for future characters, especially when this one has such a strong version of instinct weakness built in. So I'm very curious to see what they how they balance this going forward. Like, is every DPS just going to have their instinct or their weakness element baked into their kit? Because that's kind of like what you have to go for at this point. And again, the other counterpoint to this is, well, just don't have a boss with a tenacity bar, but then you're impacting other, you know, advantages for other characters where you just want the extra AP for a turn or what have you, right? So that's not really a good solution either, to just remove a game mechanic. So it's really interesting to see what they're doing from a game balancing standpoint. Now, again, for me personally, I think she's fun. I think she's a blast, and I'm obviously very excited for Narja because that's like the one character that I wanted the most before launch. So obviously I am all in and very excited for this, but I'm very curious what they do, because I think this card is either very telling of the future design that they're going to go for, or we will be talking about this card for, you know, months from now and be like, oh, well, this character sucks because they don't have their built-in weakness, so now I can't use them for the Great Rift, right? The fact that any future Nebula distortion, right, because new season, new content, what have you, the fact that we'll always have a, or most likely will always have a tenacity bar increase like debuff, means that having someone like Sereniel is just always going to be a very strong option. So yeah, I'm curious. Like, this is, and again, it's not a character flaw. It's like not necessarily a knock against Sereniel, but it's one that, like, I was so trying to focus on, like, what is the downside or what is the drawback to the character. And again, nothing in her kit per se, but what does it mean for future balancing opportunities for the game, both for the future 5 stars we're going to get, but now also for Great Rift content, for any type of new weekly boss that gets added, the new arena mode that we're going to add in March, if I remember correctly, and all that stuff. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do. No, the instinct weakness, this means that it lasts for 2 turns. It's not for 2 hits. So I guess one of the things that I'll note that it says here that I mentioned in my video that I got wrong is that whenever another attribute weakness is applied, it removes the last stack. So do keep that in mind. So yeah, I guess that's the other point to mention here, right? Like, where Mei Lin requires you to have setup for her passion weakness, Sereniel just says, look, I can build a deck that is literally just this version of Plasma Missile as a 1 copy, scrap everything else from her deck for the sake of this conversation, and then there's like some new god tier instinct DPS in the future, and then you say, hey, here's Sereniel being the support role and being the god that she is. You are going to cycle your deck, right? At least once in 2 turns. So you're always going to have Plasma Missile. Now, the other kind of like issue that baked into this that I tried to not bring up because it's one of those things that, like, it's hard to evaluate because now we're trying to push for a super fringe scenario, and then at that point, right, like, every character should have a super fringe epiphany that's really good. But as I'm sure many people have seen already, for this version of Homing Laser, if you are lucky enough, you can get a 1 AP divine buff on it, meaning if you really wanted to, and if we're talking about like the most absolutely broken of broken possibility of builds and whatnot, right? You're now being able to have a character who has, let's just say, 2 homing lasers, because that's probably more likely. You have 2 divine homing lasers that are generating an AP, plus the plasma missile that gives you instinct weakness. That is now replacing not only the AP generation issue for, again, 99% of characters, but you're also then having the weakness built into it. So you kind of have this like all-in-one monster now that can go in virtually any, instinct focused team in this regard. But, or if you just want the homing laser with the AP epiphany, you can build that a ton of interesting ways. Now, I think it is unlikely that most people are, if you are like the 0.0001% of people who are going for this like maxed out homing laser, only have 3 cards in the deck, insano build, sure, have fun with it. You deserve it. You got the God RNG on your side. But again, from an overall balancing perspective, I think it does bring an interesting note overall. And again, a focus of why I didn't want to, mention this too much in either my build videos or the YouTube post, because this feels a little bit outside of the spirit of the build conversation, right? Because now that we've had a few days with her, now that we've actually like understood more of her kit, right? It's very clear that Sereniel has 2 different focuses, and it's either going to be Shining Core or Pale Shooting Star. Those are your 2 different build, paths and priorities. And again, for those that don't know, for Shining Core, I'm obviously talking about, I'm obviously talking about this version of Shining Core, the upgrade, because when you have a shorter tenacity bar, this just gives you a lot of fuel in your deck, and the current elephant in the room being Cassius is always good. This gives you a shit ton of options, right? However, on the other hand, where you have a tenacity bar that's going to take a couple turns, you're just going to want the extra damage, as well as, and if more so if you have E1, right? You just want to spam as many homing lasers as possible. So building up your graveyard, getting to do, hopefully 2 Pale Shooting Stars in your deck in a turn is just going to obliterate the larger tenacity bars you need to. Now, again, the downside with this version is that if you're using something like Pale Shooting Star, you're going to need a way to refill some of these. So it does put you in the very awkward position that you needed to run like this homing laser instead, which does have an AP cost to it. So you do need a little bit of AP generation to kind of make all of this work, but the point is there in terms of the 2 very core different styles, and then there's, again, that third weird divinity option that I had mentioned with the move laser. Yeah, I know that in Honkai Star Rail, it's also been a problem around break characters. So it's one of those, like, wouldn't be surprised if we find ourselves in a similar position in that spot. So she just trusts on steroids and you can do it by yourself. Yeah, I think that's very fair as well. Like, it's just, I think we have to wait for a point to have Cassius get rebalanced, because obviously Cassius is like the awkward enabler in all this of just getting, oh, I have 15 morale and now I have an insane, build. And, that's why I really did like the more like Nia focus. Like, if you have, let me go back to our actual save data, right? Like, it's really cool if you have Dimensional Cube and you're like, oh, well, now I can run Nia because Nia is going to discard a lot of your cards with Adagio or Nia's Curiosity. So effectively, every time I'm using one of Nia's cards, I'm getting a morale buff, is more or less how you want to think about this, right? And so when you're able to have Nia go through her deck, and then, again, just for the sake of those that don't know what my Nia list currently looks like, right? If I'm now able to say, like, oh, this is effectively generating us 4 morale, which, again, is not a lot, all things considered, right? Like, let's be very fair. 4 morale is not a ton. That's effectively a Predator's Blade from Rey, but still, it's the spirit of the conversation that Nia has ways to buff the damage, and then, of course, if you do her ego skill, you get, like, 10 stacks of morale for how it works, right? Or, well, in the current... Well, what would it actually be? In the current boss, it's like 260, which is 13. 13 stacks of morale if you use her ego skill while you have Dimensional Cube. Like, sure, that's great. Like, fantastic. And then you have Cassius, who is just like, hey, I'm going to just do my thing, right? So I am very curious to see how they balance this. But, of course, otherwise, I think a lot of people are just realizing that because it is a smaller tenacity bar, right? And it's actually really funny that I built this. So, small brag rights here, but, like, just because I saw a couple comments and it pissed me off. But small bragging rights, if you look at my save data date, I did build this before it was meta, before it was the cool thing to do, because it was all theory crafting, right? So, as I mentioned in the earlier video, and, like, my things to do now for Sereniel, I had talked about, like, hey, if it is a boss that has a short, small, whatever you want to call it, right? A small tenacity bar, right? Having something like this version of Tactical Maneuver is going to be best. And of course, people are now getting like divines on it and just doing absolutely insane stuff. But a lot of people are now finally coming around to, this actually being good. Now, I will say, on the other hand, the failed version of this build is like, oh, well, I want to try to stack up a bunch of marks and see how that was for a copy, thinking that Sereniel would have like off turns, which is, a more common term in other games, as it were. But no, it turns out Sereniel is just so insane with how much that she can loop that the attacks weren't as necessary here. So the precision aim was really cool with Forbidden, but yeah, I think overall, right, we got Tentacles of Chaos, which is really cool for boosting Sereniel's damage, but I haven't looked at the leaderboard in a few days because I've been, last couple of days, I've been traveling and then just getting home and then unpacking and all that stuff, so I apologize. I'm kind of now out of the loop since literally when I posted my video of the making top 50. I guess let's just look at it, right? I don't know why I'm yapping. I can just pull it up. I have not looked at this since the... Damn. Yeah, so not surprising. People figured out what the right epiphanies are, and we've dropped basically 500 ranks. Woo! But I'm going to take a wild guess here. Yeah, I was like, I'm going to take a wild guess here, and people have figured out the tactical maneuver part of it. 1.3, damn. Okay, so there you have it. And again, not too surprising that we are going to be seeing, Cassius fill the other role. But are there any Nia enjoyers left, or do we finally get to the point where it's all? I probably have to scroll down on each one of these, or do we finally get to the point where it's all the Selena comps? I'm mad too, because right, if we look at this, like 1.2, I feel like 1.2 is still very 1.2 is still very live for like a Nia build. 63 now? Damn, congrats. Yeah, I think this basically just comes down to people realizing how good the tenacity bar refresh is, so. Shout out to my before holidays video that actually did really well. I guess we'll look at this one really quick too, just to see. Yeah, 4 copies of Tactical Maneuver. Also, the fact that it has Retain is kind of absurd, right? The fact that you can eventually just get to a point where they're all in your hand and do one big, like, never-ending combo turn is kind of sick. There's no way you can get I mean, I got 1.1 with a bad version of, like, the combos that I had. Like, I feel very confident I could get 1.2 with Neo. If I actually finished out the perfect build that I wanted to do and stuff, I think that's doable. Now, that said, I will 100% concede the idea that you are going to need the tenacity refreshing for the most amount of kills. I guess that's true. But, like, I was upset because even when I look at my own, how do I pull up my own? Was it this version? Yeah, like, I went up to 150, 130 between, like, just figuring things out, and this is with my not ideal build, so I feel like I could get closer. You're right, maybe not 1.2, because if it went up by 130 and now this is going to start getting, like, dropping off and whatnot, that could be a little bit more difficult, but the Nia build was at least fun and whatnot. So that's, I think that was everything I wanted to say on Sereniel, now that I think about it. I think that was everything. Oh, no, and then, Manifest Ego, right? So, I know a lot of people have been asking me about this as well. For me, personally, because she is a limited character and because I just want the extra draw, as well as the extra starting lasers, I will be going for E2 personally. I know a lot of people are trying to look at the damage amp from E4, and I haven't seen too many people yet actually test or confirm E6, so I don't have any, like, strong opinions on this otherwise. But for me personally, I did get the partner, and I am going to have the E1 and then use the dupe item to go into E2. Now, again, I'm waiting until after the patch because I want all of my testing and showcases and all that to be E0 just for the sake of builds and whatnot. So I will always try to do my videos around E0 for every 5-star going forward. So that is just, you know, the one disclaimer that I have to add going up front. E6 is weak. So apparently this is worded poorly. I've seen other people confirm, like, where this is actually like, oh my god, insane damage, and they were doing like thousands upon thousands of damage because of it. I'm like, that doesn't make sense based on how it's worded. So I want to see, like, actual proof of somebody using this and letting it see what it looks like from there. So again, if I look, y'all, I'm gonna be very real. If I don't know something, I'm gonna tell you straight up, I don't know. So that's why I have to be very honest. I have no strong opinions, feelings, or anything about E6. E4, I mean, we can obviously just talk about this from, like, a high level. You know, you're getting plus 50%, or sorry, plus 10% for each one that's moved on Ravage, which means ultimately you're getting, you know, 2.5 stacks of morale. Like, this is something that we can very easily quantify and talk about and say, like, oh, well, this is cool to get a couple extra morale. Now, E4 is a little bit awkward because I think this is something that when we consider that Cassius is going to get reworked, this is a Ego Manifest that is like, it's just fine for now because we get so much more morale through Cassius. But I think in a post-Cassius, like, nerf world, whatever, rechange, whatever that looks like, I think you're going to get a lot more value out of E4. Now, again, we'll have to see what that actually looks like, but that is something to consider here as well. So Tactical Maneuver is good because it allows you to refresh the tenacity bar, and with Sereniel, it just means that you can endlessly loop her lasers, assuming that you're able to bring them back because all of them have, like, exhaust too, or if you have enough draw power, if you have enough AP, you have other ways of generating lasers, so you can just constantly loop stuff back to your hand and do, like, you know, 30 lasers in a turn. Well, probably way more than 30, but, you know, that type of idea. So the last thing I want to mention here, because I do want to talk about this up front as well, because I don't know if I should always do a video on this, because it feels weird to upload a video that's just, like, yapping for the sake of yapping, which is, if y'all have noticed, that's why I leave it for this stream instead, because then I can also answer questions that might come up during it. But I don't want to do, like, a... I gotta give a shout to, like, Braxophone, though, because he put, like, a moving forward video out, which obviously got a lot of views and was a good way to do it. But all of this is ramping up to talk about the 2026 plans, right? For where I'm going, what do I want to focus on, and all that stuff with the channel. So bear with me for a little bit more yapping, and then we're going to actually get into the Chaos runs, because I do want to farm up a different Sereniel build. But For those that don't know, if you're newer to the stream, newer to the channel, what have you, many people may know that my actual background is in trading card games, and so I had this channel that started back in 2015, and I've been covering TCGs forever. I was gone at an event where I was casting for a card game, Cookie Run Bravers, and TCGs are something that, you know, I really enjoy, and something that I've been focused on a lot. So I started a new channel with Chaos Zero Nightmare, and obviously it's been doing absurdly well by comparison. And so at a high level in 2026, I definitely want to spend more time on the Gacha channel. However, that does also mean that I will be looking at other games that's not just Chaos Zero Nightmare, because as of right now, right, if we just look at the channel overall, there's been, how many? 84 videos? A lot of videos for Chaos Zero Nightmare, but I am never someone who just does one game or holds myself to one game. I will always showcase something that I am excited about or will review, and then if it does well and I like it, I will play it and I'll either stream it or make a couple videos on it. Or what I really want to do is try to get up a couple like more review style of videos, which brings me to the point that I actually want to talk about is like, what am I looking forward to in 2026? And as someone who wants to expand this channel more and to continue to grow it, because again, I've been insanely blessed that it's been taking off the way that it has, coming from a card game background, obviously I am very partial to Chaos Zero Nightmare, so I will definitely be sticking with this, but, and you know, this is not sponsored or anything, it's just like stuff that is on my radar, right? So there is a game, actually, let me just mute this really quick. So I know there are a lot of games, and then one of them is going to be very obvious that we'll talk about later, but one of the games that's on my radar is called Limit Zero Breakers. And I want to stress up front that this game is literally just Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, which for those that don't know, I play Grand Blue Fantasy. Shout out to Grimnir here on the side. And for 180 hours of what this game was, like most people played probably closer to like 40 hours, I really loved the gameplay, right? And so I think it was like a buddy who sent me this, the video itself, but Limit Zero Breakers is a very unapologetic ripoff. And I'm going to call it that until we actually know how it plays and functions and all that stuff. But this game is literally just Grand Blue Fantasy Relink Gacha. Now, again, as someone who was very happy that all the characters were unlocked in Relink, or you had to farm them up, and then, you know, it was all in-game. You know, think about Warframe where you farm them up and you get them, right? Whatever. This apparently has the same, like, Skybreaker system and all that stuff. We have the ship, like, this is so Grand Blue Fantasy coded. It honestly pisses me off a little bit. And I forget if it's in this trailer or not. But there's even a scene where it's like, that is very clearly Bahamut that's in the background. So I'm like, cool, man. Like, I'll check this out. And I watched a couple of videos on it, and I was like, okay, this is, you know, that's Charlotta, right? This is clearly just the Sky Realm. But it looks good. There's a couple more like gameplay videos up from like, I think it was Tokyo Game Show and other stuff like that. And it does have like that big Monster Hunter boss battle style of game. So if you're someone who likes more Monster Rush style of boss battles, again, Monster Hunter is just the one that I always go back to because my partner and I are big Monster Hunter fans. You know, you will probably like this style of game, and it is going to be in closed beta in Q1. So I did sign up for this already. So at some point, you know, this will very likely be on the channel. And again, ooh, Jesus, that is loud. And again, I don't know if it's going to be something that is a review video and it's done, and I might stream it a couple times. But at least I will do some type of like, hey, day one thoughts. I'll do a couple videos on it. And then if it's good, I might play it offline and then just do the occasional video, or I might stream it. But with Chaos Zero Nightmare still remaining the focus, obviously if there's patch days, that's going to take the focus and the priority here. But again, and for those that play maybe Grand Blue Fantasy, if you're just like watching this, like there are so many things that you'll like pick up on, like, oh yeah, this is very clearly inspired by Relink. Now, again, I am going to call it just like, you know, the cheap copy for now, because again, so many gacha games I think today, and especially as someone who's been trying to research more games that might be worth something or worth looking into, I was like, oh, well, you know, so many games are now just like IP cash grabs or just like EOS in, you know, 6 months because they're just terrible. So I am very excited for this potentially, and we'll have to wait and see more about the actual gameplay, what the gacha is like, because that's the other thing too, right? For me, coming from TCGs, like I just expect that when a new set drops, like I spend $100, right? So for someone who also plays gachas, it's not uncommon for me to just be like, oh, there's a new character, I'll spend $100. Again, predatory practice and all that. Don't spend above your means, what have you. But, you know, someone who's coming from TCGs is a lot more like, what's the word I'm trying to say? Like flexible. Like, you know, like you're like, okay, I understand that I'm spending and what I'm getting sort of thing. Obviously with TCGs, they're physical. You have something to hold on to. You can resell them, what have you. Where for this, it's gone forever. But overall, again, I think the monster design and the boss designs that we got to see was really cool. I think that the ultimate animations they had were pretty crisp. And there's actually like, why am I forgetting what it's called in Relink now? But there's a ability where it's like all of your characters come together for one big ultimate. Think of it like, what's the Persona? All Out Attack, right? So it's like Persona All Out Attack where all the characters, like you and 3 other people, all come together, do a one big, really crazy animation, and deal a bunch of damage to the boss. So, you know, I will say that this is something that if I am one area that I want to see gacha games explore more, and this honestly goes back to way early days of Genshin. And you know, let me see if I can find a better gameplay example now while I yap a little bit extra. Yeah, where the someone had I thought it was like Tokyo Game Show. Oh, Gamescom. There we go. Cool. Yeah. I don't have YouTube Premium. You can burn me up in the chat. Have I played GBF on browser? Yeah, I am a water main. So like, hold on. Like for those that don't know, I am like hyper invested in Grand Blue Fantasy. So I'm water primal. I have Praise Svelger. So this is a if you know moment. So I am very, very invested in Grand Blue Fantasy. Okay, so now one of the things that we still don't have a lot of information on is if this is going to be more like open world, if it's going to be more instant space. I haven't been able to find much more about that, but like they have the break bar mechanic and everything. Like this is, I hate to be a broken record, but I can't say this enough. This is literally just Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. The aesthetic, the gameplay, so much of it. I wonder if they have actual, like, the boss battle stuff. Oh, is this not the one that showed the ultimate? All right, well, here's the boss fight at the end, I guess. No, it is not a auto battle. It is a ARPG. I use Skyleap and browser for Grand Blue Fantasy. But, God damn it, the ADD hit. I totally forgot what I was going to say while I was trying to look up the video there for it. But, oh, the social aspects, right? That's what I was getting back to. One area for me personally that I want to see a little bit more explored in this space is to have, like, in Genshin, it was a very lonely experience. And Genshin was obviously, like, forever old now in the gacha terms. But it's something my partner and I played together, and I was really bummed out on just how much co-op opportunity there really was. And she loves Genshin still, but at least with this, it does look like you can do boss battles together. And unfortunately, this is just, like, the solo play mode that's going through it. But I do like the idea that this will likely have a boss rush mode where you can team up with other people, at least based on what I've seen in other videos. But this is still going to be your traditional. There is going to be what feels like element matching because we can still see fire and water. It doesn't look like they have any elemental reactions. It looks like it is just the element weakness, which is going to tie into the break bar mechanic. But, you know, we'll have to wait and see. So I am curious, you know, where this ends up landing because, again, it does look interesting, but there's a lot of times where these gacha games can just fall apart and, you know, obviously not deliver. The gacha's bad, the story sucks, connection issues, AI translations, you know, all the above, right? There's a billion different ways that this can go wrong. So at least for 2026, whenever I get in the closed beta test, there'll probably be like a couple streams of this, and then we'll, you know, do a review video, and hopefully it's good, you know, because obviously, again, as someone who spent a lot of time in Relink, I would very much like to have this style of game back, but we will see where that lands. And then it doesn't really need any introduction, so I'm not going to bother, but the other big one that I'm looking forward to is going to be Enfield, because, again, if you can kind of pick up of what I've been putting down for the, where is my display capture? If you can pick up what I've been putting down is that I really want to have more social experiences in my gacha games. And one of the biggest things that drew me to Enfield is that you have the open world that now says, hey, you can leave messages for other players, kind of like an Elden Ring. You have these zip lines, which you can get for, accessing different parts of the map that players can leave for you. And I think it's really cool. And as someone who has been like on the fence of starting up Arknight forever, because again, I play Grand Blue Fantasy, so I'm not against, trying out older gotchas. Like, I'm not someone who's gonna be like, oh, that game's been out for 3 years, I can't possibly catch up. Like, what was it? What was the other one that I tried? Last Claudia is another one that like someone wanted me to try, and I'm like, bro, how old is this game? Like, sure. And I tried it, and honestly, it was pretty fun. The only thing I will say why I ended up dropping Last Claudia is because it ran like shit. And I get that I think that's just like an engine issue and what have you, but like, I'm not gonna sit there and play a game that runs at 10 FPS every fucking second, right? Like, I was just like, come on, man, like literally fix your game. Actually, how many hours did I put in that? No, sorry, because I downloaded the Steam version, so now I'm curious. How many hours did I have in Lost Claudia? Or is it Last Claudia? Or sorry, Last Claudia. Why the hell do I have 300 out? Oh, wait. I forgot. You could AFK overnight in Last Claudia. I remember. So yeah, I have 300 hours. Just for like the no bullshit. Like, this is it's kind of funny. 329 hours. Oh man. Yeah, that was but again, this is a game that you would set up overnight and just let run to farm certain stuff. So yeah, exactly. I play Grand Blue Fantasy, so I was like, this is fine. But I could not get over like how ungodly awful the optimization was. Yes, I did see that Grand Blue Fantasy will be coming to Steam. Unfortunately, you cannot link your account, so that does bum me out quite a bit. And also, I just realized, sorry, I like need to find a way to make YouTube chat better, but I just realized it was you sync, so happy holidays, brother. Hope you've been well. So yeah, quick recap now that we're like 37 minutes in of yapping, and I apologize. This is also why like I don't want to do a random video on this and just like talk about the start of the stream instead. So yeah, Sereniel is busted. If you are a free-to-play player and you've been worried about like how good or bad she is, just pull her. She's absolutely bonkers. Now, I do have some like future balance concerns, both on a boss design standpoint as well as a 5-star combatant standpoint, that we'll have to wait and see how she changes the game, the landscape, what have you. Kind of whatever, but we'll see what the next characters bring. God, she is a yapper. 2026, definitely looking forward to Limit Zero Breakers, which will probably be a couple streams plus a review. Again, technically not sponsored, just something that I'm looking forward to. If the channel keeps growing the way that it is, I have had a couple potential videos lined up for sponsorship deals, so I have to draw a very fine line in the sand, though, because again, as someone who is part-time, works full-time and does this, part-time in that regard, fully, like, I will not take money to review a gacha game, right? There are so many reasons why that should be obvious, but obviously like a gray moral line that I just will not cross, because I'm not going to sit there and review a game where they're going to go back and like, oh, you can't say this. Oh, scrap this from your script, whatever. Like, that just will not happen. Now, if I get to do like a overview video, like kind of what I want to do for Limit Zero Breakers anyways, and have like a final thoughts, if they want to sponsor that video, sure, I'm going to do it anyways. But I will always make sure that in negotiations that I am allowed to say within reason, right? Because you can't just obviously do a sponsored video and be like, oh, this game is dog shit, no one should play this sort of thing, right? Like, there's a limit, there's a give and take to both sides of it. But I will be honest no matter what. So unfortunately, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but I don't have anything like lined up yet, but do keep, that's like the one line that I will draw that unfortunately that will cut me off from some deals in the future, but too fucking bad, at that point, right? I'm not someone who needs the money in that way. I'm not going to sit here and do some fake review for a game just for the sake of trying to get paid. But yeah, Raid Shadow Legends, shout out to them. I know quite a few people who have taken deals, and they look, man, Raid Shadow Legends, I don't know where they get the money from, but Raid Shadow Legends got money. I don't get it. Again, someone who has not played that game, so I can't even speak to like how good or bad it is. Everyone in the space just knows, like, I've been doing TCG content long enough and spoken with other content creators like in the space that I know about Raid Shadow Legends. But yeah, man, they just keep paying. Are you running 2-sec? You're on your Sereniel. So this is something that I still wanted to test. So one downside to Sereniel, if we want to be... Why does that pop up right then? One potential downside, right, is that you do want to have 60 crit here for her. Why is my screen... Oh, I just realized my screen was cut off this entire time. Oh, whoopsies. I didn't realize that was a... There we go. Sorry, apparently I didn't have my full OBS window open, so part of my screen was cut off, but it was just on my end, thankfully. So, with Sereniel, oops, what did I just... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, don't... Hold on. Oh, man. Can y'all tell we're going through it today? Whoop. All right. Anyways. So, Sereniel needs a 60% crit chance. And so, for my memory fragments, well, first of all, I wanted to try to... oh, I guess I did actually... So, in my other video, I was using her 4-piece set because I wanted to test that. And then I wanted to do a build comparison because a lot of people were asking me, and I don't actually have, like, a good secondary set. So this is actually my, like, I just literally am using stat sticks here because I need the crit. So, like, I could use the basic here, or I could use the HP, literally anything, right? But unfortunately, these are just kind of a couple stat sticks here at the end. So I personally have not tested yet which is going to be better. And again, going back to the conversation of, like, where are we once Cassius gets changed? I do think her 4-piece set will be better because you are just going to be down so bad for any amount of, like, free morale buffs that you can get that this plus 50% is actually going to be, like, kind of an MVP. Hey, Honey Lems, hope you're doing well. Yeah, I will say it's really hard, right? Because, you know, you can see down here, we have extra attack and damage over time rolls, which feels really bad, but sometimes you just have to, deal with it. The company that owns Raid owns a online gambling platform? Well, that makes a lot of sense. Holy shit. So something to keep in mind that I always forget about is that the partners are 100% chance on those banners. So while it can be really tempting to, while it can be really tempting to just use the shop currency and not roll on this, because it is a 100% rate, it is always better to just pull on this and then use your mileage for the character themselves. Now that said, I have not actually used my, I have not used any of mine yet. So, okay, we got 16 days left, but for 100 more, I mean, you know, just grab the combatant version. Yeah, I really enjoyed the 4-piece. Also, this reminds me, have I done my... God, these are so... Like, I'm glad they gave us all this, but my God, it's going to take forever to get all this. Also, I know there's been a lot of... Again, I want to be very clear. This is not me trying to justify or say it's okay by any means, you know, any type of, like, predatory practices, making people gamble, what have you. But from a purely value standpoint, if you are someone, and again, huge disclaimer of if, please do not spend beyond your means, what have you. If you are someone who wants to, you know, get extra pulls and stuff like that, these bundles are actually pretty good value compared to just compared to just buying the crystals straight up. And there was a Reddit post where someone did all of the actual the math behind these. So, you know, if you are someone who is a light spender and if you want to save up for Narja, or if you're just trying to go for like the E1 or what have you, then yes, you could consider buying some of these. And again, the full breakdowns on Reddit, but I think it was something like 130 to 150% value compared to like just buying the crystals. So do keep that. Actually, do I have? I think my monthly card ran out. Now I think about it. Is there not a place where I can actually, how long does this last? Oh, 16 days. Okay, so this also will go away once we have the Narja banner. All right. I do need to spend some stamina though before I forget. All right. So back to the earlier point though, for those that are in chat and all that stuff, what are some of the gacha games that y'all are looking forward to? Why does this have a dot? What are some of the gacha games y'all are looking forward to in the 2026? Hopefully some good stuff in Q1 as well. The other comparison I will make, again, for someone who comes from a TCG background, when we are talking about like updates or like big news cycles and all that stuff, for us on the TCG side, it's like every 3 months is like when you have your next big exciting moment. I'll just call it that for those that, you know, aren't into TCGs. And so like it's really crazy that people are like, oh my god, 3 weeks is such a long time between banners. Because I'm like, bro, I used to have to wait 3 months for like something new to talk about. So 3 weeks for gachas is like insane to me to cover. Yeah, also shout out to Moribins and Limbus, right? Those are other games I know people wanted me to check out, but I've just been stuck on timing of it. Zenless and CZN. Yeah, so that's kind of my other point too. Like, in a perfect world, I want to get in a spot where I can have 2 games on the channel. That is like my main focus. So like, full disclaimer, just so like y'all know what to expect and like where I want to move to in 2026, right? In a perfect world, I'm going to have, well, I would like to have 2 main games that I cover on the channel, and then I'll have a separate review segment for like new games that come out and if they're worth playing or not. Because I am someone, again, as someone who literally just showed his Grand Blue Fantasy account, right? I am someone who loves going deep into a game and really making sure that I'm getting the most out of it. So I'm hoping that I will have an opportunity to keep doing stuff like CZN. Hopefully Enfield is good as like my second pick. And then I'll have enough time to do like reviews in between elsewhere. Silver Palace also looked pretty interesting from the reviews that I saw of it. But yeah, TCG market, it's kind of cooked, Sync. I agree with you on that one. Like, there's just nothing. Like, obviously, I'm really still excited by Gundam. I'm excited that the Evangelion set for Union Arena is coming out next month, which I'm going to foil out my deck and all that stuff. But I think I am just legitimately burned out on TCGs in general, just for how the industry has been going, how certain companies, like, we're getting a fucking Cyberpunk 2077 TCG, right? Like, actually, hold on. This is actually very relevant for this conversation. Also, I was at my local big box store last night, and you know what's back? Do you know what, for whatever reason, finally is out and on the shelves and whatnot? All right, it's flipped, but bro, MetaZoo is back. Out of all the things, and I'm just like, all right, you got me. I'll buy a couple packs just for the sake of buying a couple packs. And I'm just like, man, I'm so tired of card games. Like, as someone who's been covering them for, 11 years, or 11 years, however long it's been at this point, man, like, let me play my Union Arena, let me see my friends, at Bondi Card Games Fest, and I'm done. I guess technically that's the other thing I didn't mention during the 2026 Ramble. Not that I suspect a lot more people other than Sync in chat are... game volume is a bit louder. Can turn that down a little bit more then, thank you. For those that may know my TCG side as well, right? Like, it's too much. I want to have my one game, be fine with it, and go see people at either locals when I have time, or again the bigger events like Bondi Card Games Fest, because there's just too much going on in the industry. If you're still trying to find a shop for Digimon, consider downloading the Bondi TCG Plus app and finding stuff that way. Also, I thought I guess I can't check it right now. I'm like, I adjusted all my game sounds and stuff before I left, so hopefully it's more balanced now. Just play Riftbound? Have you looked at Riftbound prices? That's also another super funny one for those that don't know. Like, the only reason why I'm doing all of this with like CZN and starting the new channel is because I couldn't get into Riftbound, because I was someone who had ordered 3 cases worth of product, because obviously I'm a TCG content creator. We need cards to, play the game, and I'm not going to buy Chinese cards before anyone says it. I always buy English edition everything. So I was like, all right, well, screw it. I got cut down to a single box of cards, and I'm just like, all right, well, I guess I'm not going to be playing Riftbound, and Chaos Zero Nightmare was coming out around the same time, so I'm like, all right, man, it's a card game. Let's check it out. And again, I am blown away, and I sincerely can't say this enough, but thank you for all the support the channel has got, because going from 11 years of card games to this and just seeing, and obviously I know part of it's just like larger audience and all that stuff, but like the channel seems to be doing reasonably well, which is just very heartwarming to see after spending 11 years in the space of, and I've gotten some really great opportunities to like cast card games and stuff, but the TCG side of like YouTube always felt pretty dead, all things considered. So to watch it come to life here for gotchas and stuff is crazy. Oh, hey, Neo. Yeah, I will say, too, though, like, Riftbound is a good game. I want to be very clear that from a design standpoint and for what the devs put together, I do think that, oh, gosh darn it, that was off. Thank you so much for the 24 months Prime, Neo. Let me turn my alert box back on. I always forget to turn that thing back on after recording. Riftbound's a very good game. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. Nothing but love for the devs. I think they've done a great job with it. Obviously, they're working through all the printing issues, which is the same thing we've seen for every new card game in the last, like, since COVID, right? Every new card game has issues, but just something to consider. If you are looking for a new card game and it's available in your area, I would say it's worth checking out. Yeah, also, can we just really appreciate how insane all of Sereniel's animations are? And yes, we are literally pre-farming for Narsha already. Alright. Let me actually just... Turnips with the super. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hopefully your holiday was well. Let me make sure I spam all this correctly and break all the bars. Narja is going to be Instinct as well. She is on the website, so we kind of already know what to expect for her. Yep, the good old your hand is full spam. Do we seriously get triple ecstasy of violence on this run? Holy shit. Well, that's wild to see. Oh god, I need to clear out my hand before I do more stuff. Yes, and based on the in-game preview, I mean, we also know that Narja is going to be break focused as well, so she's just going to be more support for Sereniel. So it is one of those things that feels a little bit bad, just because it's going to be like back-to-back banners that people are going to want to pull on. Oh my god, so much AP. Yeah, anyway, Sereniel's good. So we technically don't know. It's not confirmed anyone, and there's not, confirmation that says, like, oh, she's going to be this other than Instinct. Like, there's no class type announced for her yet. So, take it with a grain of salt, but I would be willing to bet good money that she will be break focused. I forgot I had my Nyx on. I mean, I should just build out my second Nyx is what I should be doing. Yeah, the Yuki jiggle animation does kill me a bit. Actually, do I still have Veronica's stuff even on? Okay, whatever. She has good enough stats. Oh, I never finished this, actually. Man. Yeah, the game was clearly not ready for all the ways. Hold on. No, it is the right partners. Recommended level, whatever. And as with card games too, we expect that there's going to be balancing issues on occasion, so I think we are just in that same spot. Also, I know some people are going to give me a hard time for, I was going to say resetting, but never mind. For those that don't know, because I understand that the spirit of it, a lot of people would rather just do zero system. I am someone who just wants to do lab zero and reset and all that stuff, so I apologize. I know there's like a little bit of a civil war going on based on some of my the comments that I've gotten about, like, hey, resetting should be illegal, fuck the resetters. And I'm like, damn, bro, like, let people play the game how they want to play the game. God damn. But there were some very unhappy people that I said that the devs shouldn't make resetting strictly worse. Which, by the way, I was the reason why that got changed, so that was really cool. Apparently, I got direct confirmation from Super Creative that my rant video is the reason why, one of the main reasons why we got that change in the patch notes. I'm like, well, damn, thank you. Yeah, let me, actually, I'm curious like how many downvotes that video has now. Because that video was, like, my most downvoted video, like, on the history of the channel. Let me actually double check. So it's at 87%. Oh, it actually... Okay, it looks like the likes came through at the end, but that is still my most downvoted video on the channel, like, from a ratio perspective. Yep, okay. So, as always, we are going to be looking for early removal as well as an elite, so this path wins out, but we have to make sure that we can go into a tunnel for the early divine potential. Plus, they have buffed the event, if you guys didn't know about that yet, so we'll see if we get this, but the new end of... the new... What do you even call it? What is the core called? I totally just forgot what it's called. But the event that pops up here where it's like question mark, question mark, question mark, where it lets you see like the third floor basically, they actually added a extra fight, so now you have a better chance of getting your epiphany. So they actually buffed this considerably, all things considered, right? So I'm really happy for that. Core of Discord, thank you. There we go. That's the wording that we're looking for. Yes, extra shop is very appreciated. Well, I mean, I love it. I love a early whirlpool because it's just a free delete for us, man. So that's great. Oh, you know what? That's a good point. Who just said that, actually? Hold on, let me stop and go look. Yeah, so shout out to BMM, because that was the other thing I wanted to bring up. Like, I don't know if this is a gotcha thing or if it's a... Okay, that's rude. It's early enough, we'll reset. I don't know if this is a gotcha thing or if this is a, like, Chaos Zero Nightmare thing. But the amount of comments that I've seen of, like, oh, no, people shouldn't do that because they're going to burn out. Who the fuck are you to say how other people are going to burn out on the game or not? Like, that is the most fucking absurd logic that I've ever seen towards a video game. Let people play the game how they want to play the game. Like, so my question to all of you is that a gotcha thing or is that a Chaos Zero Nightmare thing? Like, that is so beyond absurd to me that like I saw the comment and I literally just stared at it. And it is a comment that I keep seeing on Reddit as well. Like, I've gotten a couple YouTube videos, like, whatever it happens, but the fact that I keep seeing this on Reddit and stuff, I'm just like, bro, there's no way people are this serious about it. It's a roguelike thing. It's a gotcha thing. Gatekeeping thing. Okay, so maybe it's just multiple things in that way, but I'm like, damn, bro, like, that's so crazy. What's the best Sereniel build? I posted it on YouTube posts, but very long story short, there is going to be 2 very different builds for Sereniel. If either the boss has a short tenacity bar or a long tenacity bar. Or big, whatever you want to call it. A big, juicy, girthy tenacity bar, whatever the fuck it's called. Right? Depending on those 2 choices. So, there is no, and that's the other thing I want to be very clear about, there is no one best build for Sereniel. So it's not like a summarize or a generalization thing. It's like legitimately for me just wanting to better understand what's going on. Because, oh shit, we actually got the right cobalt light. The fuck? Hell yeah. So for me, like, it mostly comes back to, like, I want to know if this is what I should expect going forward, right? If this is just how it's going to be, and, like, if I'm covering, like, to go back to Limit Zero Breakers, right? If people are getting salty because, like, oh, I'm trying to chase this one unique boss drop, right? If people are going to be grilling me with those type of comments, I would rather know now that is just a mentality to expect, right? Like, there's so many things from the TCG side that I've spent 11 years on to now trying to cover gotchas that Y'all, it is such a different world, and nothing could have prepared me for trying to cover gachas like on a higher level, right? So it has just been a very, very interesting experience. Void Sprint, if you go back to earlier in the video, I do cover the 2 different builds. But if you remind me, I will go back to talk about the builds at a high level, either at the end of the stream or when we find, like, if I can actually finish farming my other build. But I will go back to that, for sure. A lot of people go by the rule if the game takes longer than 20 minutes to do dailies, it's a chore. Yes, I have. So that was another thing that, like, I thought people were memeing about. Like, I didn't know that that's a very real thing that people felt towards gachas. But now I know, and that's the important thing. Like, I understand now that that is just how it is in the game. So I'm like, sure. God, I love that Cobalt so fucking much. But now I know, like, so going forward, whenever I cover, like, a new video topic or I talk about, like, dailies and stuff like that, I now know that I will get comments of people being like, nope, that's stupid. I don't want to spend more than 10 minutes. Like, sure, fine. I hear where you're coming from now, and I understand that that is a mentality. Yeah, shout out to Epic 7 having a lot of build variety as well. Oh, this hand kind of sucked. It happens even at MMO item drops. Yeah, I think that's just a... I'm not going to call it a culture shock because obviously I've been playing games and shit for a long time, but it is just very different because now I have to engage with that audience because I'm doing content. Like, that's not like a, oh, woe is me thing. It's like, that's part that I sign up for, right? Like, I accepted that going in making content. But again, it's just one of those things. It's just like, I have not experienced it before, so I wasn't sure, like, is this the norm? Is this what people are, you know, doing and you know, complaining about, what have you? Oh, come on with that tenacity bar, brother. I'm not even gonna waste it. I'll just take the hit. Yeah, like again, I accept it, but I also want to just mentally prepare myself that, like, there should be some lines. Like, I get people are going to complain, just, man, way to eat my epiphany. Again, I get that people are just going to be upset about certain topics. Like, that happens, but at the same time, I don't want to sit here, and this is probably a bad example, but just as an example, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, oh, you know, if you're complaining about dailies, you know, go play a different game and you need to spend 10 minutes, because that's obviously going to invite a lot of hostility around people who are like, oh, but I don't want to actually do my dailies. Or let's just go back to the skips conversation, right? Like, having sweep versus not having sweep. People are, in my opinion, way too up in arms about sweep or not. And it's just like, that's something that I do not want to engage with. I'm not going to bother wasting a video on. Just not for me. All right, and nothing. Also, again, for those that don't know, you know, we're trying to save our credits anyways for removal, and you generally don't want to buy a neutral this early because it's going to ruin your epiphany, or excuse me, your copy chance at the boss. Sure, it's a random item. You know, deck RNG is something we should also talk about, because I do want to stress, keep in mind, is that this is the last patch for this season. And when Season 2 starts, you will have to re-farm decks for the new seasonal content, right? So, like, I am going to lose not lose completely because you can still use it for like weekly content, but I will be losing, as in I have to now refarm a deck in Season 2 for the new Great Rift, for the new whatever the seasonal content is. So this patch in particular does line up a bit awkward, is that, like, for me personally, I would not recommend people to go crazy trying to chase those last minute builds, because unless you're doing the leaderboard, you know, you will have to reinvest that time down the road. And like for me in particular, I have two really good Veronica and Mika decks. It's just like, well, I guess I will be refarming those next patch. But also, you know, who knows how they're going to change boss content in the game, right? Or who knows how they're going to change up Great Rift for the various... yay, we got our shooting star. You know, there might be a different focus, right? So, for example, the Cassius challenge right now, right? So, for Cassius, you would have had the, you know, triple dice upgrade, what have you, if you were playing the older version. And now in this patch, you're like, oh, well, triple dice upgrade is no longer good. So now instead, you want to refarm a Cassius deck that's like triple devil dice and only one dice upgrade. So it's like, sure, I guess, like that is something that we have to refarm anyways, but we'll have to see what new negative modifiers they give to the new Great Rift bosses and stuff. If you get a copy of Homing Laser, do you think that'll kind of break your hand every turn due to full max or damage when ravaged? Managing your hand is definitely the hardest part of Sereniel, and knowing what team combinations you're going to want to build towards and what you have access to. So there's not really a good answer. I hate both of these cards, man. Both these forbidden cards suck. I guess I will say I hope the next season we get better. They won't be called forbidden cards in the next season, of course, but whatever the next seasonal neutral cards are, I hope they're a little bit better. So again, this is the event that we're looking for, that my head's in the way. Make sure you grab this. It got buffed considerably. Yes, this is our tier 15 save. But yeah, as someone who normally has, like, I would say very balanced takes, it's always very interesting to see how people react to, like, the highs and lows of, like, gacha news in general. Did they do an extra patch overnight? I apologize. Last night was the big yearly Grand Blue Fantasy stream, so my partner and I were both, like, super focused on that. Wait, what the... Oh, wait. Random cards versus selected cards. Yeah, we'll select this. No, the devs have not said anything about the... devs have not yet said anything about monster card values, but I do hope they change that in the future. Bro, 4 Agony is so rude. So the good news is, like, this is the epiphany that I wanted for the other build that I'm trying to showcase for a video, but, like... top right angle. Hold on, did we get, wrong button. I mean, we did get our Cobalt, though, like... I'm gonna go until Shining Core. I am gonna see if we can get the right Shining Core or not. Oh. Because again, like, I'm not hyper focused on. We don't even have any in our E2 gap moment here. Poor Agony cracks me up, bro. Like, sure, this means we can easily use the Agony set. But the fact that we're going to now discard our Pale Shooting is dumb. So, again, very, very clear line I want to draw here. If you are someone who is trying to chase a particular build, this is absolutely a reset moment. But for me, personally, who just wants to get a build together so I can showcase the Nebula Distortion build for Sereniel, I am going to keep going to see if I can salvage this or not. But if I can't, then, you know, obviously we're going to just dump this in the pits. Oh wait, actually no, we have to go until we get plasma lasers more, or plasma missiles more important for the instinct weakness. If we don't get the instinct weakness, none of this matters. Yeah, whatever, draw. Hey, Frost, hope you're doing well, brother. I will say it's a bit awkward because we are in a position where we actually want 3 very specific epiphanies, right? So it does make farming for her quite a bit more more difficult. Trying to do a Nebula Distortion based build for Sereniel because again, I think a lot of people are. Again, strictly based on the comments that I am seeing both on Reddit and in replies to my content, I think a lot of people are hyper-focused on just Sereniel for Great Rift and not focusing on Sereniel for other game modes, which is understandable because for a lot of people, Great Rift is like the focus, right? So I do want to keep that in mind for, you know, another video that I may or may not get around to doing. So we'll see if we can get our instinct weakness, and if we can't, it will just be a reset. And I mean, even in Chaos, like, this is a reasonable sized bar, right? So I think when natural you add a when you add a leaderboard to any game, I think you just have to accept it's going to focus a lot of people to be vocal about that one aspect because people are always going to go back and be like, okay, but look, I made top 100, so my opinion now matters. And I'm like, I don't really like that focus on it, but bugger. I guess we can get the Afterglow 3, right? We can get the Afterglow 3 here for Cobalt Laser. Yeah, whatever. This is now going in the pits of, like, I'm just trying to salvage this build best I can. This feels more like a reset angle. Any top right gamers in chat? Like, in theory, this is actually a good copy for us, but I think I'm done with this one. Whatever, we're scrapping this one. It's fine. No, she finally got her breakdown. Damn. I've been waiting for her to actually break down. That's the first one. Oh, I already used all of my... What time is it? Hold on. Make sure I don't... That should be the only one that matters. Oh my god. What am I looking for? I am looking for save data. I mean, this one we can delete. We already did the video on this one. That's fine. Explorer, thank you for the follow. That is our current Neo one, and then this was our... Oh, this was my meme build that, unfortunately, I took too far. Oh, wait, but this is the old one. This is the new one. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Have I been using the new... Wait, was I using the wrong... No, this was the one I was using for the video. Oh, right, because I had to reset until I got the right shining core. Right, so this one has the wrong shining core. That's why. Okay, I figured out. I know what happened here. So I had to go back and redo this one because I wanted to see what epiphanies you could get with confiscation, and I didn't actually expect it to go... I didn't expect the meme to go this far. But I had also learned that we have way too much draw power, and our hand just did not... We had, like, infinite AP and stuff, but man... It was not a good time. So I technically need to clean up her save data as well, but for Nebula distortion, it shouldn't matter as much. So we are going to still focus on a great Rift build for Sereniel to showcase why she has two very different... oh, wait, before I forget. Yeah, the shop being at the end to let you high roll the neutral card is honestly a lifesaver because sometimes you don't want the epiphany. Like, the epiphany will actually brick some of your builds and make you go over, which is annoying. Oh shit, what quest? I was just doing it so I didn't have Uh-oh. No. What quest did I just forget about? Did I just make an oopsies? Oh shit. I have not looked at that tab in forever, man. Well. Oh god, do not reroll that, please. I probably need to go look at her her event. Between traveling and trying to work on the videos while I was out and whatnot, I just have not looked at, like, other stuff going on in the game. Yes, I would like to see a decline epiphany option. I get where that could be abusable, which is probably why they have to balance it out, because you could obviously just, like, continuously deny sort of thing, but You know, we do know that we're getting the save data fix in like April or March. I forget which it is. It's a whiles away yet, but at least they are making improvements to the whole save data aspect. February we get rerolling. April we get the save data fix. I don't know. Like, so the other thing I will acknowledge, like, totally up front is, like, while I appreciate those fixes, I am not the target audience for them, right? Like, I am someone who will just grind it out anyways, and, like, it's whatever. If I don't need a perfect save data, as long as I can clear the content and be happy with it, like that's whatever. So I know it is targeting either the more casual audience who just wants to do, like, a couple runs, be done with it, and have better save data, or it's chasing, like, the people who are top one of the leaderboard and all that stuff. Like, I am not in either of those categories. So I'm curious to see what they... Oh, I have not... Okay, so, like, I know that this isn't, like, at a baseline level, right? Like, this is not a good upgrade, but this is another one that I need to take at some point just to see, well, one, for the unlock in the card catalog, and two, I'm just curious to see what epiphanies it can get, because, like, this is just not a good card. At least for Sereniel. I should add that disclaimer. All right, early removal is good. They both lead into a boss, which is good. There is another shop here. Ooh, nice. This is a double shop elite start into tunnel, brother. Like, holy hell, this is nice. Yeah, I would assume that you can get like a 2 morale start off of it, but you know, it then becomes a question like, is it really worth it even at 2 morale? And you're like, eh. I said straight across, right? Yeah, because we don't want to care about the powered up version. We get our evade, which is really nice here. If we're lucky, we'll get a one of our turret upgrades we're looking for. Oh, oops. Oh. Man, this is such a good path. Like, so this right here is a good example of why I prefer Laboratory Zero personally over Zero System. Because if this was a Zero System run and I knew that our run was dead on literally the second node and I had to go clear all of this just to try and save our resources, I would lose my mind. Yeah, the problem is I really want the Generation Epiphany to showcase for the Sereniel. Like, what is our secondary epiphany here, right? Like, if we can copy Shining Core instead, I guess, is, like, how we save this. If we can get a Divine Shining Core and then copy that... yeah, you know what? Fine. Divine Shining Core copied as saves this run. Sure. Why do we want to hit elite areas? So I prefer elite areas so you can get extra credits, which helps with the high removal cost that you're trying to gear up for. I totally just forgot which way I'm going. Across. So shop, elite. Yeah, shop, elite, shop, portal. Shop, yes. So the awkward part is this now means that we have to fight all of this and not have our Shining Laser Epiphany. Or our Shining Core Epiphany. Ugh. Yeah, so zero cost triple homing laser is the other, like, save the run. Yeah, again, in the future, if they give us the reroll option or, like, whatever it is for the Zero system and over Laboratory Zero, or, like, whatever the new Seasonal Chaos is, right? Then, like, sure. But, again, for me personally and how I approach farming save data and all that stuff, Laboratory Zero is, like, still my go-to for it. Again, now this is kind of my own fault because I am trying to go for a very specific build just to try to make a video on. But again, it's kind of what I've signed up for when I'm playing a game like this. But I think, again, the main focus I want to try to point out here is I think a lot of people are incorrectly focused on Sereniel only has one build because of the Great Rift content. So for future videos, I really want to make sure that people understand that she has two very different build paths that you want to go for. So that's kind of like the bigger hope for working towards this. I do love more removal options. Free removal is always going to be the GOAT for us. You know, the one thing I will just, like, speak openly as a content creator and talk about, like, the challenges of trying to cover this game and coming from the TCG space and what have you. The fact that, like, you have a 3-day window after a character drops to do as much videos as you can, or the video itself is, like, just gonna bomb out. Like, I really hate that aspect of it. Like, it's so frustrating to try to put extra work in trying to min-max builds and do all this refinement stuff where, like, people only generally care if it's one of the earliest ones out. It's just, like, it's such a feel-bad nature of the content space. Yeah. So one's going to be more break focused with the Shining Core upgrade that is the 2 at start and 2 on break. versus the other one that is going to be based around her her mythic card that just spams out lasers for you. Because the enemy's gonna have a larger tenacity bar. So it's the way it's supposed to work is that you throw a bunch of lasers into your deck. You use the shooting star to give you the most amount of AP break in a turn to then hopefully get all of those lasers back and then spam them all out. So again, where I was trying to go with all that is, unfortunately, because for those that might have saw it, I did try to do a Chizuru video. And I tried to do a Chizuru video as like, hey, here's a super detailed breakdown. Here's all her different build paths that I would recommend. Here's like a showcase of how and why you would want to use one build over another. And the video bombed so bad that for the sake of trying to get future sponsorship videos, I literally had to unlist and private the video. A late in the patch character review did that bad that I could not have it on the channel. So now I am forced with, I have probably like 1 or 2 more days to get this Sereniel video done, or I literally should not do a Sereniel showcase video. And like, that sucks, but like, that's the nature of the, and like, I am learning in real time. That is the reality of creating gacha content, that you have like that first week, you better get every possible video topic you want done, or you should not even approach it or not even waste the time doing the video. Does Pale Shooting return the cards it uses though, even on break? I don't know, but the point is that you would hopefully have enough other lasers in your deck to bring back. Shout out Ecstasy of Violence, at least, I guess. Yeah, so it's really frustrating that I have to do, like, you know, my day one guide video because that's what people care about. And, like, I did a test with it with, again, going back to Chizuru's release. And unfortunately, I just have to... I have to do what the YouTube algorithm asks of me if I want to continue to grow the channel. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay, I would have liked the actual, what am I even trying to say? I would have liked the right to, oh shit, I just spilled. I forgot that I don't have my rubber stopper on my water bottle, so I just spilled everywhere. Thank God it's just water. I will be right back. I just basically wet myself and I just dumped out my whole ass fucking bottle on on my, oh, it's still leaking. What the fuck, man? All right, I have to go change my pants. There's supposed to be a rubber stopper up here that I washed because I was washing my water bottle and I just fucking spilled everywhere. Okay, so really quick, what I was trying to say is we want the instinct weakness because this is going for the right build that we're aiming for, right? Because this is going to be a build that focuses on the nebula distortion, getting this plasma missile is the right choice. But yeah, I'm gonna grab Space Towel real quick. All right, well, you know, that's nothing like a bunch of cold water on your legs to wake you up. The good news is my water's still cold, but I don't want to be wet. Gotta make sure I'm off camera really quick. I'm off to the side. All right, everything's fine. Everything's good again. Oh. I'm honestly just like shocked at how much that leaked. We took the divine, so we have to take the core event here. Bro, you know me. If I stop what I'm doing, the fucking ADD is gonna hit and I'm gonna forget what I was talking about. If I wasn't already planning, can you link an infographic of final card build for each character? Oh, for each character on the team? Have I done? I don't think I've actually done a full team breakdown, have I? No, I guess I've only done individual characters. I haven't done like a... how would I even do... How would I fit all of that on an infographic, though? Also, keep in mind it's going to change for Season 2, right? So, it might be better off waiting for the next patch. I have done, again, I'll always focus on the individual character, but it always feels bad to recommend Team Epiphanies because it's hard to know what everyone has access to, and there are, again, different build priorities, I would say, depending on the content that you want to do. So I might revisit it for Season 2, just knowing how popular of a character Sereniel is going to be. And again, as somebody who wants to do content for the game, you know, longer term, I am very curious to figure out what type of, you know, infographics or content people are going to care about for Season 1 to Season 2. Like, obviously for Great Rift and all that stuff, you'll need to farm new save datas anyways, but I think there's something to... Did we not get... Oh, that did not epiphany yet either. Oh, we didn't get a... I guess Shining Core is our copy target? Wow, this run is kind of rough. Anyways, before I forget to say it, I am very curious to see what type of content people are going to want going from Season 1 to Season 2, because a lot of people should still be able to use their data from, say, Season 1 for, like, the weekly content and all that stuff. And then, obviously, for a new character that you'll have to refarm anyways, I'm still going to do those infographics. So, I will have to figure out kind of what people are looking forward to in that regard. Don't tell me it's the ugly ones we've seen all over Reddit. Shit, it might be. I apologize in advance. Oh, shit, a divine. I apologize in advance if it is. Man, fucking... None of this works with the build, Man... Fuck. Yeah, we're resetting. We're definitely up resetting off this. Whatever. Again, keep in mind that there is still a point to go through the first stage, because you do get resources for clearing this boss, right? And it's easy enough, you might as well. But do keep that in mind as you're farming this up. Yeah, now there's no lasers in our graveyard anyways, so... Man. Yeah, like, I need a reroll here, man. Like... Having that instinct weakness here is pretty sick, though. We don't have any... Wait, we haven't exhausted any yet, have we? Oh, I guess we have. Okay, sure. That's fine. I love her ego skill animation so much, too, man. Aw, boo. So close. Is there a limit on diviner procs per turn? I think it's just super rare. I don't think I've personally gotten 2 divines in the same run, but... Whatever. So, like, also worth noting, I do want to do a different version that has a AP. You get the AP divine on the move, and then you also take the X cost Shining Core upgrade, and then you can use, like, Heart of the Jewel for it just to have, like, this massive turn. But, like, the RNG that you're going to need to pull all of that together is absurd. But whatever. We all have agreed now that this is a reset, so it's fine. Man, we even got the Ecstasy of Violence, like, this save, too. That sucks so bad. This rock is pissing me off, Robert. That's a new bug. Or error message, I should say. All right. We simply go again. I've gotten 2 divines in the same run back-to-back on 2 of Clipe's. Interesting. Yeah, I think it's just one of those things where it's like you have to be god-tier RNG, right? And if, like, if that happens, then sure, sort of thing. Man, I would love to have, like, a usable save just for the sake of, like, again, trying to get that video out tomorrow because it's probably, like, the last chance that I have to make a Sereniel-focused video. That's fine. I'll take the health hit. So, yeah, again, back earlier to that point, again, I don't know if that's just, like, a gotcha thing or what have you, but it feels bad that you just can't do, like, a late in the patch, like, hey, I've actually had time to farm up the character, review X, Y, and Z, and now, like, these are the best builds. Like, it sucks that you just have such a short window to do the content. Because then also, like, what do you do for the other weeks, you know? Like, if there's patch notes and stuff like that, sure, but... All right, so Shop Elite's Tunnel. So, ooh. I guess. Oh, wait, no, this is a really bad run, actually. Holy shit, that's a very... Oh, damn, brother. Like, so if we know that we are trying to make a very particular build, like this is a frame 0 reset. The fact that we're only getting a single shop this entire run feels awful. Actually, what time is it? It is 12, so... Yeah, I'm not gonna... Yep. We are going to scrap this one. Again, why I love... Oh, shit, back-to-back. Thank you. This is why I love and hate Lab Zero sometimes. Like, even a single early shop, right? Like, I am okay if the tunnel is that late as long as I have something earlier in the run to help get us there, right? So... Perfect. Perfect. Yep. See, totally worth resetting. We have at least one elite. We do have a shop, and we have a tunnel right there. Perfect. Love this. So it's straight across, and then straight across, and then down. Sick. Instantly a better run, and worth resetting for. Yeah, I love my turn 1 kills in turn 1 kills in Chaos always feels great. Also, I guess this means I need to go back and try to actually clear the higher difficulties, because I haven't at any point cared to try and do the higher difficulty Chaoses, but now that, like, the season's ending, I guess I kind of have to care, right? You don't avoid campfire? I mean, there's only so many give and takes that you have in any given run, right? Like, I'd rather prioritize my elites so that I'm getting the extra credits I need for all the deletions that I'll be doing. I know the irony about complaining about this, but I just realized I'm out of fucking water because I spilled it all on myself. So I have no water left in here, man. I'll fix that in a second. Oh, shoot. I thought I was going to have enough to break that, but I guess not. $82. Come on, man. Of course, every time, and it's going to go into the one that's basically dead. Like, it's not ideal, but it's usable, right? If I get the heart upgrade, that means a 1 AP investment becomes 3 lasers. So, like, it messes up with your sequencing, but, like, it still is what we were trying to do effectively. It's just, like, obviously it's better if we get the triple create plus divine. Like, that is best case scenario, but again, trying to do the sake of the video, that's fine. Again, this awkwardly means that, like, we can't get, we can't use, like, Nia's upgrades, so it does cut us off some options, but we will deal. It is at least not like auto reset criteria, right? So we'll take our small victories there. Oh, I guess I did not have any in my... Alright. Do we still have Shining? Oh, no, we didn't even Epiphany yet into our Shining Star, did we? No, we did not. Oh, that's a little bit annoying, but whatever. Really got to remember to prioritize our heals here where we can. Yeah, I will say I think tier 14 overall is a bit of a trap to fall into and wasting resources. Like, if you've been hella farming and have the resources to spend, by all means, you know, have at it, but it feels so bad to try to properly reset for it. Because I got it just by pure RNG of clearing a stage, and I'm like, all right, I guess this is where we're at now, so. Get our early removal at least. Oh, there was a... I guess we have to accept that we're not getting our cube, right? We have to try to get our Heart of the... What the hell is it even called? Heart of Gold, I think, is the name of the item. And again, I think there's definitely a conversation to be had that, you know, if we're trying to generate that many lasers, taking the Empress Cube is going to be better based on how much extra damage that's going to give us over the course of the turn. But again, for like a build showcase, like, sure, take Heart of the Gold. Yeah, the real reason to go for deck fitting and whatnot, right, is like, hey, at least other characters won't eat our divines. Like, removing the cards before they get their epiphanies always feels great. Yeah, that's the other problem, right? Two very similar looking items. So we haven't gotten Pale Shooting Star yet. What else are we missing? Oh, we haven't gotten Cobalt either. So, like, Shooting Star is going to be... We want to copy both Shining Core and Pale Shooting for this build in particular. So I think this is fine. And, you know, Cobalt, we want to get an Epiphany for anyway, so sure. Damn, no Ecstasy of Violence, unfortunately. All right, Core of Discord. Hopefully we get our Divine on the next room. Damn, no divine luck for us. Yeah, the problem too is like, right, Ecstasy of Violence is just a great card for like literally any damage dealer in the game at this point, but Sereniel has the other issue of just like you always want to free up your the room that you have in hand. So the amount of forbids that you can take on her is like ecstasy of violence or bust. Alright, whatever. Just for the sake of killing him. Spent 10k on tier 14 and got nothing. Rest in peace. Sure, Epiphany is going to get eaten anyways by a discard. We have enough credits. We didn't need to get rid of that, so I might as well just take the extra HP there. Oh, sick. Double removal. Thank you. Well, sick. We got, well, we can copy whatever we want now then, this means, so that's cool. Oh, I guess no, because there's going to be 4 options. So technically... damn, we haven't gotten our Epiphany yet either. I mean, we never want to copy Plasma Missile, right? But, like, if this gets a Divine, copying that would be better. But, like, Shining Core and then the Pale Shooting Star is, like, the copy targets we're otherwise trying to hope for. Kind of a rough start here. Yeah, like, we probably have to go into the elite node here on the next one because we want to find... Damn it, not enough damage. That worked. We want to try to get an Epiphany here before the boss. And we obviously didn't get it on this one, so we'll have to see what we can get. Damn. Unfortunately, all rolled into her instead. Sure, man. All right. I mean, we're still in a position where we can salvage this run, though. We just kind of have to hope that Plasma Missile gives us the in-sync weakness. Ah, whatever. We're not getting much out of this run. Hopefully set up for some tenacity breaks in the following turn. Call it a day. Oh boy. And this is going to give us 2. Alright, that definitely could have gone better for us. Alright, well, maybe we can get the boss to give us something. And at this point, honestly, just cycling cards so we can get Mika out of her break state. Before the boss would be ideal, because Veronica is going to do enough damage to kill these guys by herself. Nice. Did they change that animation again? I think they actually just did. That's wild. Like, sure, I guess. Make sure we heal up and then just kill the guy normally. All right, I mean, we have a shit ton of credits. Oh, I was really hoping to get a legendary here. Sure. I mean, shield is something, I guess. I don't know where world we're gonna have enough left, but. Oh, we actually can't use a removal here, so we're gonna remove one of our basics. Oh, there it was. Heart of the Jewel. This one. Sure. We have extra credits here that we might as well just guarantee that we pick it up. All right, I need to go grab some more water really quick, and then we'll do this boss and hopefully get to salvage this run. Oh, all right. Had to get some reinforcements here. Let us see what we can pull together. Also, discarding our card was rude. Sure. All right, we still don't have our Pale Moon, unfortunately. But this is dope. Oh, sick! We actually got our generation one. All right, I'm down for this. Sick. Well, pray like hell for our plasma missile, man. Only 4 so far. All right, the amount of discarding there was absolutely rude. Yeah, I will say I appreciate that they're giving more polish to the game or like the various effects that happen, but I feel like the breakdown and stuff has changed every patch lately. All right, and again, as a reminder, when you get to the boss, you can actually select the copy before you get the other card. So in this case, we knew that if we were going to get like a whirlpool, which we already deleted this one, I'm pretty sure, like we want to make sure we're clicking on the copy card first before we add another like miss into our copy chances. All right, I mean, we'll take it. We do not want this on her save data. All right, so all we need is our instinct weakness and then hopefully get the right copy at the end. What card should you drop for Selena? With her kit, the issue is that you still want to have enough of the other cards. So Selena, like, you just have to run with Veronica and Mika to just try to maximize the copy chances. Okay, I mean, that's actually a pretty good spot for that. I don't think we're going to get an extra removal. I mean, it might split us out up here for a high roll chance. All right, well, this is okay. All right, do we even have a Epiphany target? Oh, yeah, right. We are still to Epiphany. So getting a Divine on either of these would actually be pretty okay. Which means we want to go this way into the Elite into... Yeah. I'm like, oh man, we can just create all the lasers because it'll give us the AP to make the others cheaper. Totally forgetting that it's going to apply the tax. So like, all right, I goofed that. Oh wait, it's... All right, I need to go have second coffee or something. Good lord, I am not. We're not having it today. So my big brain play was I just really want all these homing lasers to come back. Trust. Whatever. I wanted my extra feathers, I guess. Damn, Wutaru with the raid coming through of 85. Thank you so much. Welcome, everybody. My name is Cosmic. I am trying to work on a Sereniel build that is going to be focused on the Nebula Distortion instead of the build that everyone is excited about for the Great Rift. So, hope your stream was good, man. What were you up to today? And also, fun little fact about myself is that I'm actually a longtime TCG content creator who is dabbling into gachas and has started a new channel for Chaos Zero Nightmare, which has had quite a bit of success. We've been very thankful for that. So hopefully all those joining us have had a wonderful holiday as well, because we are now just getting back into the swing of things ourselves. Oh my god, I totally forget what the answer is. It's just greed, right? Pretty sure it's just greed. Yep. We have not seen Mr. Voidman in a long-ass time. You can hit him and insta-win the riddle? I have not done that, actually. So this Cobalt Light is actually really sick when you factor in the Ravage Vector, but the one that we're actually trying to, the one that we're trying to go for is the added homing laser, so. We will take those. And I will say, for those that are joining on, let me actually make sure I can do this correctly. Wutaru. There we go. And also for those that are joining us on Twitch, we do co-stream as well on YouTube. So if I respond to something, do keep in mind that most of the attention view and all that stuff is on YouTube, where we generally have like a larger audience. So just want to make sure that no one is feeling like left out. I do read both Twitch and YouTube chat. And one of these days, I'll fix it. I'll figure out how to fix it where I can get both chats on the screen again at the same time. But I will, of course, again, be focusing on both where I can. And Wutaru, thank you for the follow, brother. Get all of our laser spam, see if we can't generate another combo here. Yep. Get all of our lasers back once more. Nope, looks like we're not going to be able to kill both, so kill the guy before he hits us. And good. Hell yeah, finally got our Cobalt Light. Wait, do we have a Divine left though, I guess? All right, we still have one target that can hit a Divine for us, which is okay. So now, again, unfortunately, kind of the issue that we're running into is we have to kind of dodge battles until we get to that portal to try to get our Divine. I will say I really wish this had retain on it. Probably too good from a balancing standpoint, but it would be nice for turns like this where, like, the next turn we're going to break this, and then this could do a lot of damage. I mean... Oh, wait, no, it's from... I keep forgetting it's from exhaust, not from use. So we can't even use our ego skill there to trigger the break to get the AP to then use it, so that's fine. Oh, damn, rude. Yeah, so we don't have any cycle, but now they have them in our discard, so we have 5 total is the question, so... Yeah, so it should be uses 5 and then gives us two of the other ones back, so... I mean, that's alright. Sure, I guess we're ego skill cap, so we should have seen what we could draw first just to see what our options were. I will say, gotta give a shout out to the devs though, right? Is that they did give us a retained version of Cobalt Light, which works with Orlea. So I appreciate that the devs are giving us more build options or team pairings like that, where if you really wanted to, you could do a Barrel, Sereniel, and Orlea team that actually works very, very well. Now, of course, I say that as someone who doesn't have Orlea, so I can't even build it if I wanted to, but, you know, the appreciation is still there for the devs. I will also say, in all fairness, it's probably her worst version of that Cobalt, because it only works in a very, you know, narrow lens, but still, it is something that you could do and have more build options with, so... In a game like Chaos Zero Nightmare, I mean, I gotta give a shout out there and appreciate what the devs were cooking. I also just realized we still don't have a weapon, man. So, oops. All right, we just gotta get through a fight. Or 2 fights, right? And hope for the best. Oh, damn, she got a free 10 draw. Damn, very nice. All right, hopefully Shirley holding strong here. Come to think of it, I don't think we've seen Mr. Tentacles here in a minute either, which is kind of unfortunate. You kind of don't want to see these in the same hand, unfortunately, but another reason why you kind of want to copy the other one when you can. I mean, good enough, I guess. We'll just do our spam all the same. Oh, not the Serkolowski. Another card that we got to remove then. No, not like this. Please not on the fight right before. Oh, never mind. Whoo! I was going to say, man. I was about to be so upset. Serkolowski helping us out, though. He's going to get the Epiphany here instead. Which will free up our Divine, thankfully. Oh, gets a Divine anyways. Sure. I mean, we're going to have to remove that card anyways when we get towards the end here, but we'll try to see if we can line up something decent. Scarlet, thanks for the follow. All right, the moment of truth if this build is saved or not. It feels very bad to be this late into a run to figure out if the run is gonna live or die, but hope for the best. Okay, we lose the divine, but we do get the epiphany that we need. So not getting much help here from the divines, but hey, you know what? We'll count our blessings where we can. Wow, so we should have actually a lot of points left, right? We don't have a forbidden that matters, and prepare for battle sucks. We're at 50? Oh, man, this is kind of rough. I mean, I will say this is at least kind of ideal of the build showcase that we wanted to do. I mean, removing the pulse fire would be nice. Not that you, like, have to focus on completely removing it, but this is decent. We have a shit ton of gold, though. Yeah, for the Discord boss, I mean, it's still all about the mythic chance, right? Or the re-rolling the mythic. And it's kind of very difficult to give up, especially like where I have a very good tier 15 save. Feels very bad to try to kill it just for a mythic. So at least we have the core of Discord, right? So we'll see what that gives us. I mean, we just need more attack here. So we're going to take the Crimson Sword for now. But also, we get the elite, right? Which will be really important. We don't have... We're out of cards, right? Dang. We could try to get her, we could try to get the negotiate upgrade, I guess. Oh, no, because it's going to ruin the copy chance for the, it's going to hurt our copy chance for pale shooting. Like, in a perfect world, we want probably 3 Shining Core and 2 Pale Shooting Stars would be what we'd hope for here. No. All right. Unfortunate. We'll just take the stress decrease and move on. It's 2 events no matter what we do and then into boss. Man. All right, well. Maybe we can, maybe there's like an ore vein coming up, right? Dang, bro. Alright, getting no help here from our draws. Oh, he's created another Shelling Ballista. Just discard. Man, just discard our Shining Core. Whatever. Really wish we had some of those lasers in our hand, I guess. I realize I probably should have gone for the flight because that guy's actually hitting for technically more here. And I don't think we're going to have enough damage to be able to kill him unless we do Shelling Ballista for double hit with the full upgrade. All right. Nice. The crit will definitely help. And again, from a healing perspective, we're not really too worried about it. Oh gosh darn, there was the AP. I wanted to show off the Cobalt. Because, oh shit, alright, cool. Mr. Tentacles. Thanks, my guy. Nice of you to show up. Now, unfortunately, because, right, Sereniel is a spam-focused character, it can feel very bad to try to fight this guy. Especially when we're on kind of lower health here. Alright, well that's actually a pretty sick... Nice. We'll be set up for next turn for a break here, which again can be really awkward depending on what we draw into, but... Oh, dang. Or I guess we're only getting 2 here, so this is fine. Because we can do it like this and still get the most amount of damage. That's actually a sick turn because we got exactly 2 back. Well, that's not good. Alright, yeah, that was very risky of me with the Veronica there. No! Alright. Yeah, Bliss is truly the MVP. Yeah, keep in mind there are weekly rewards for Great Rift, so please don't miss out on them. Ah, balls. This is not a good event to hit. This is a great event if we have our lasers. We might be cooked. Veronica just truly the goat of being like, bro, I got you. Don't even worry about it. And we need to trigger the Blisses here just to get more damage out and try to knock down these guys' buffs. All right. Well, that was definitely good. But can we negate enough damage? 217? Brother, 8? Really? All right, well, we are alive. Woo! Yeah, shout out Veronica, man. Bro, whatever. At least let us keep our ballista this time. But I mean, it's fine. We don't have our break here, so we should be able to. We should be okay. Oh boy, unless it discards our shooting star. Oh god. Oh boy, howdy. $220. I really can't rely on just the ballista here. I do have to just go for a kill and hope it's enough. Still not gonna die to the. That's so annoying. I could rely on the bombardment plus upgrade. No, because it might whiff if it doesn't. Yeah, that's annoying. Probably could have used an ego skill to cover me a little bit, but I'm gonna try to hope that the. Oh, it's only at 2 charges though. Ah, that's fine. Just crit. Just crit anyways. Oh man, Sereniel is just insane, huh? Sereniel good? I can't tell. I already said we're capped on cards, right? Yes. All right. The downside is here, it's going to make trying to actually copy Pale Shooting Star very, very no bueno. And here's the other thing, like, we don't always want to dump our points into Shining Core either. Man, I really, really would have loved hitting, because it's rare higher, right? Like, Pale Shooting Star would have been the ideal here. Yeah, the Sir Kowalski just coming back to haunting us. Ah, whatever. I deserve it for treating him so badly. Maybe fair. Maybe fair. Oh, I guess there's another upgrade here. Damn, dude. All right, well, we have infinite gold, unfortunately. What are we missing? A lot, actually. Cool, and like that, we're done, I guess. Do you really need 3 of a card you can't play twice in a turn? No, probably not. I should have just copied the... Yeah, I probably should have just copied the Afterglow. It's just like all of our options there suck, unfortunately. All right, a little bit late for that, but we will take it all the same. All right, we do have the core of Discord, which means we do get a free clear here. I totally forgot. Do we have enough for that plus the no, I guess not. I copied Shining Core, but I should have copied the other one. Or it just never matters because I'm not going to see it. Jesus, bro. Can I get some help here? Okay. Yeah, we got a good thing going here if we ever draw our shooting star. Well, so keep in mind, like, we are in a position where in most realistic situations, we're going to have enough draw in our deck where we probably don't need to. But what I was trying to hopefully line up is that you are going to want turns like this where you can actually use the shooting star, get them all back, and then have Shining Core be the last part of it. And again, if we have E1, then we're playing 5 of these at a time and not just the 3. We're playing a really dangerous game here with our life total, though, I will admit. Well, we have 2 left in there. I mean, we don't have a heal anyways, I guess. So do this for the max amount of damage from our ballista. And then try to spam 2 more of these. Or, sorry, 3 because we have the upgrade. I keep forgetting we have the other piece. I mean, it doesn't matter here because we're gonna have Plasma Missile into the Shining Core, but damn. Also very relevant to know that these all have haste, right? Which is helping us out a ton. All right, Shining Star copy or bust. Damn. We really don't want 4. Precision Aim, like, is not a worthwhile copy either. Like, you have this as a one of just for the extra filtering. Like, it could set back a Shining Core, which is fine, but man, even a Cobalt there would have been fine. We are going to skip it because we can still get a Epiphany on the other side. All right, unfortunate. So again, something to keep in mind, Core Discord is now going to have a update in the latest patch where you get these extra nodes here. I do appreciate the fact that they do give you a shit ton of healing and stress reduction so you can actually have a fair shot at the final boss. I have not done it because I'm not going to waste my reset here, but you'll note that there is a elite here which will allow you to, yeah. There is an elite here which is, dang, self-generating. Gives you an extra chance to get your epiphanies and stuff, as well as a final shop. So, for us, we're at 130. So, you know, getting an epiphany here at the very end would be nice. Or we could just pick a extra neutral if we really cared. But hopefully, we will get a precision aim. Damn, maybe I needed the draw here. Alright, well, I guess that kind of worked out, but I need to use my... Need to get our ballista generation going instead. You know, I guess I will say something to consider as well. Because we have the Shining Core item, Shining Core could be the last thing that we play in the turn, and it's still going to give us 2 lasers. And I'll try to set that up for next turn, I guess. Yeah, I guess precision aim setting Cobalt back is also relevant. Yeah, because we get turns like this. Holy hell. I mean, yeah, that feels pretty good. Obviously, the ballista is holding us back here a little bit, but... Oh, man, all right, you love to see it. Damn, actually, on second thought, maybe the 4 copy was correct. Shit. Just because we have the extra piece, right? But I want to be mindful of my my points and everything. Because a 0 for 2 is still nice. Again, the removal here doesn't really matter because we're not going to actually beat the boss. But we do have... we could technically take 1 more neutral plus... the Epiphany at the end. I mean, we have the credits to spend, so might as well see what we get. Quick shelling is, like, interesting, but we probably don't need the extra draw in that case. Two impairs, whatever. Would have been nice to get negotiation here at the end, but unfortunate. Aimfire is not really what we're looking for either. All right, and then the last thing to note here is even if you're not going to kill the boss, go into it because you might have a Epiphany pop up. And then just leave from here normally. So we're going to see if we got lucky with our Epiphany, and if not, we're out. Nope, looks like we're not going to get it, so. We just go gaboop. Goodbye. So yeah, really unfortunate. I think now that we've seen this play out a little bit, I really would have liked to seen a Pale Shooting Star copy. I think that is going to be important. Yeah. I'm mad because so much of this is right. I just really wanted an extra copy of Shooting Star, because otherwise we're going to get to a point where, like, our entire deck is going to be just filled with homing lasers, which can be a bit of a problem. Have I played the story by chance? Yes. I think I've cleared everything. Oh, yippee, weekly reset. What haven't I bought yet, I guess? Bought all the big stuff. Oh yeah, this is what everyone was talking about earlier, right? Oops. I see. Conduct counseling one time. Oh shit, dine at the diner. Okay. I keep forgetting that's a very real thing. I still need to do this. Oh, Arc City. I don't know how many more research policies we actually need, but 940. We're dangerously close to actually getting this in time. We will get all of our reports all the same. It's not a simulation or chaos. It's a battle tied to that thing. Oh, that's annoying, but good to know. Thank you. Holy administrative index, brother. Also, the fact that this is still legendary just blows my mind. Also, shout out to them finally telling us like what the levels are as well, so I don't have to guess what tier that they're at. Yippee! Alright. I guess I have to do this really quick just to get through the policy upgrades. I think I've done all of Mika's at least. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to bulk delete. I keep forgetting about that. I have so many save datas now that are probably gonna come back and be stuck in there. I leave her in a breakdown state because otherwise, yay, crystals. I just don't need save data for her. Gosh darn it. I'm always taking 2 days. I don't care what it is. Yeah, I'm at the point where it's just like I just want to burn through these as quick as possible just to get more crystals for cycling through them. So 2 days, just slam that shit, keep going. What are we at? Yippee! We got our monthly thing. Again, I will buy these after the reset and as more stuff trickles in, but we're getting really close to the point where we don't need any more research notes. Still no cats, man. Yeah, like, I mean, if you do care, I think there is a point of trying to min-max the affinity, but I cannot be bothered to like spend the time to look it up every time. Like, at some point, I'm sure I would just memorize it, but too much work. Too much work for my smooth brain. Wow, they really put you in a very bad battle, I see. Well, thanks for telling me that this is through a separate battle, because I literally would have never figured this out. How's the gameplay loop? I mean, if you like Darkest Dungeon, if you like the more roguelite experience and chasing upgrades, I definitely think it's worth it. Hey, Moshpet, a long time no see, brother. Hope you're doing well. Our hand is way too full. I guess I'm gonna have to actually read cards here. On Ravage, decrease cost by 1. Alright, I mean, we're just gonna continue to loop everything, right? Just get that out of my hand. I don't even know what Amir does, man. I'm gonna be so real with everybody. That's not my area of expertise. Okay, sure. Oh my god, there's 3 waves of this I have to do? Are you serious? Oh boy. We do have 3 in our discard pile at least. Oh boy, I did not realize that was the move all to hand one. I probably should have read that first. Oh shit, I did not realize that was a turn end. I probably should have read the card in full. I did not expect this to kind of drag on as much as it was. So I'm like, shit, let me just finish this quickly so we can go see other parts, but... Well, yikes, we are, that one turn might have cost us because we are not having a good time now. Get these out of our hand. I can at least see what they're going for here, right? Of having all the breaks into an AoE cleanup. I get the spirit of what they were going for here, but I don't like it. Oh yeah, you're totally right. Probably should have used this at some point. I was trying to think about saving it for Yuki just for like the AoE damage, but... Oh, is it just because the end of turn that's in my hand still? Not even sure what's left in the discard at this point. Or I guess it's end draw, too. What does this one do? This is for Yuki. Oh, it's just a draw thing for Yuki's partner. All right, well that was stressful. We gotta kill this guy first. I guess if this has vulnerable into slash. Weird team combination here that they got going on, but I can at least understand the Yuki angle that they were trying to present. Yippee. All right, well that was not even what I would call a good showcase of Sereniel, but if we got to do it for the crystals, I mean we got to do it. Why do I still have a dot, brother? Completed. Oh, I guess we technically have not completed a chaos. Sure. So what we will do then is we will go to the diner because it's yelling at us. Because I'm sure everybody like myself has forgotten about this forever. There's one more battle. Fucking. Yeah, we'll do it after. I want to do one more of the chaos because I want to try to do... Oops, wrong. What am I looking for? This one. I haven't tried to do any of like the harder modifier stuff. And if I need to complete something, I would rather run through like one of these. Sure. Yeah, again, it's only at 12, so not really expecting good save data out of here. I'm just curious to see how this ramps up, because I do actually want to kill the Core of Discard boss, but I don't want to ruin my tier 14 that I have for the other save. So we're gonna try to do one more quick run here, and then I need to eat some real food today. I've never seen that one before. It's interesting. I know Resetter complained that he hasn't seen a node before. Shocking. We're gonna probably just go for a speed version here. Where is the tunnel? Cool. Double shop into tunnel. I mean, Ray is just sick instead. My Mika is also E6, which helps out a ton. I mean, it's definitely one of those things where, like, you really can't go wrong with the team that you're setting up to go through Chaos as long as you're clearing it. And so people will have different investment levels and things, right, to consider. I kind of just forgot where I said I was going already. So it's here. And then splits down again, and then we want to go up. Yeah, so down, down. I have no comments on E6, unfortunately, because I haven't seen any, like, confirmed people testing it. Oh yeah, we actually get to rest now. This is great for campfires. Well, don't forget too, when it comes to dupes, we'll get our seasonal stuff to look forward to. So, if you are someone who is like all in, you know, one of the original starter casts and whatnot, you will eventually get your E6s if you want to. Plus, if you like lose a 50-50 or whatnot, there's always the opportunity to get them that way. Oh shit! Early pale shooting star is very nice. Again, I don't think this is going to be our copy run with only 140 points, but, you know, I'll take it if we get like a 2-2 split. Oh, Selena, not Sereniel. Jesus Christ. My Selena is E6, but I'm not. I have not really had a chance to use her yet. Unfortunate that these are none of the ones that we actually want for what we're trying to do here. Yeah, sorry, y'all. I'm getting hungry now. I got food on the brain. But I want to do a Core of Discord clear, just because I have not gotten to do it yet. Yeah, I will say Dimensional Twilight, and again, I might be a little bit biased because at least half of the runs is like geared towards whatever the new rate-up characters, and I'm always going to have the new rate-up character, but Dimensional Twilight does not feel as difficult as I remember early Abyss being in Genshin. So I don't know if others feel the same way, but at least for me, I've been really shocked at how easy Twilight Dimension is once you actually get upgrades going. Which, again, I'm not going to call that a bad thing by any means. I'm very glad the devs are not making that like a very punishing adventure like they easily could. Yeah, all the characters that they have coming up in the next season, honestly, are really great. Obviously, I'm very excited for Narja, and I'm also excited for the I forget what the third character's name is, just because her art style is very different from what the game has been serving up so far. So, I'm all for character diversity. And she has like the cloak and shit, like just looks peak, man. The one that's after 9. Typhona? Yeah, that sounds closer to familiar. Also, by the way, if you're struggling with Chaos and you're using Veronica, just get this Military Grenade. Military Grenade plus Moon of Destruction, man, just clears so much shit for free. Those are like my go-to upgrades for her, or for items for her during a Chaos run if she's being a carry. Yeah, the Galaxy Cloak, man, is fucking sick. Huge, huge, huge fan. We have to go up on this one, I said? Yep. But yeah, the AoE damage off player upgrades is so nice. Hopefully we get a Moon of Destruction in this run just because of it. Just because the extra AoE would be nice. I know. I will say that the devs cook for E7, so I really have high hopes for future character designs. All right, not allowed to have nice things. Oh Christ, that is gonna mess up my lasers. I just realized. Was not. Whatever. I mean, like we can beat the first boss easily. Also, can we all agree that this skip button is just not really what any of us were hoping for? Like, I'm glad it makes it a little bit faster, but man, I really need a proper skip. At least we do get a divine here, potentially. Oh? Why does this happen to me twice now? You know what? Screw it. We'll try to... It might be lower points, but I guess we're going to go for this again, just for the sake of it. We'll try to replicate that last run and have a better 2-2 split for what we want to do. Yeah, perma morale is nice. It's just it's not what I was hoping to go for a build early on here. I will say the difference there of making 2 versus or 1 versus 2 is feels like it's noticeable. All right, Kalowski, gotta give me that big ballista damage. Thank you. Yeah, and again, this is more for people who are just like heavy farmers, right? Where it's like I'm spending multiple hours a day doing side data grinds and whatnot, which is not what I would consider like the norm for a lot of other people. But my God, please make it a little bit smoother for the rest of us. Would be appreciated. This is going to get bopped. Totally forgot we're in a gold reduction mode too here, so we're not getting as much as we'd like from removing cards. This also does mean we're gonna have to keep the basics in the deck for this version, most likely. Okay, making that one more expensive was unfortunate, but yeah, that's to say, it's gonna mess these up pretty bad. But the good news is that we can replay these off of the Pale Shooting Stars, so getting some extra ones into our trash is not the worst thing here. Sure, we'll set up a Ravage for the next turn. We are going to shuffle our deck, though, here, so we're going to kind of hope that we don't get too many of the homing lasers into our hand. Oh! All right, well, that was rude, man. Yeah, I mean, that could have been better. We have 2 left in there with the Pale Shooting Star, so... This is, yeah, so now this is only going to give us 1, right? This is where you really need to get more of the lasers put into the deck so you can actually get the most value out of Pale Shooting Star. Nice turn for us to draw that when we don't actually have more attack cards to play. All right, well, easy. Again, technically we want to copy both of these at some point, but hopefully we can just do like a 2-2 split. Just give her some type of weapon for now. Continue on. Cool, this is not for anyone that we actually want. Oh, we still need to get our Cobalt, don't we? And it looked like straight across on this one, so sure. Again, as always, really wish we had our giant ballista here, but playing the upgrades are going to give us the AoE damage, and then she has enough stats that if it, you know, crits, this would be an auto wipe, but looks like we'll just kill one extra here. So yeah, again, if you have Veronica, please invest in her. She is just so good for helping carry shit through chaos. Oh, we don't even have enough for a move right now. Damn. A little bit unlucky there. We didn't do as many fights in the first half, so that is kind of my own fault. But also, we are at a reduction for the gold, so kind of a lose-lose on that side of it. We cannot afford any neutral cards in this because we're only on a tier 12. Sorry, I know that, again, at least for me, I'm always going to include her just because she does so much. But, yeah, Veronica is one that I wish everybody a very happy Veronica on their next, you know, 50-50. You know, sucks to lose the 50-50, but I promise she's such a nice quality of life improvement for carrying through chaos. Like, I wish I could gift everybody a single copy of Veronica. All right, sick. We actually do get our right upgrade again here as well. All right, I mean, if we can get a copy on Pale Shooting Star, I'll be happy with this build. We'll just have to find the right items again to round it out, right? But small details. Orlea is going to be really cool, though, as soon as they give us more retained style of builds, though. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the devs cook on that side. Actually, do we even have... No, we have to find our Cobalt. Damn. Just very unlucky how things are lining up this run. So, you know, hopefully we can get an Epiphany check here, but... Might not work out for us. Oh shit! All right, well. That was super quick. Thank you. Yeah, I have a build which is Repose with AP generation, which is nice, but. I think for my next Veronica save, I'm definitely just going to go for Divine Kowalski instead. We have like one more chance here to get the Cobalt. Well, doesn't look good for us to get our Cobalt, then. All right, unfortunate for us. So we have nothing that can take it, right? Bummer. Maybe there's a neutral that we can hope for. Nope. And no matter what this hits, it's getting deleted. So. Oh, we didn't even have a thing left, so we just got the gold instead. I mean, sure, I guess. Cobalt Light does not want to pop up for us, but does give us more credits for removal, which is appreciated for sure. Getting a lot of shops along the way too, right, is also helping us out. Easy. Yeah, her damage potential in Chaos really just is insane. And again, mine is like full potential maxed out and stuff, which helps, but still insane with all the Ravage bars and whatnot. Crimson Sword I think is still better than this because we're not having any other, we have no draws, right? Sure. One Tick of Agony is certainly good for something here. Alright, those are all unique. We will get rid of this, which puts us in a perfect copy situation now. So otherwise, we are just looking for the heart item that we need for her build. Cool. Whoop, wrong thing. Alright. Well, we are broke now, but we at least found like the key gear that we want to use, so count for something. I thought that was the other one that we just got. Like, I swear to God, dude, if you just tell me that we're getting that now, would have been so mad. Oh, you know what? I should have done the fight here just for the Cobalt. I keep forgetting that we're missing a card still. We need to fight. It's also really nice not to have one of our cards discarded every turn, I tell you. Bombard and prep doesn't really matter, so we're just going to fill our hand with some lasers. I really thought we would get enough to knock that guy out. Whatever. Ballista to the face will carry us the rest of the way. Yep, that is a few homing lasers, I believe. Ah, all right, sure. I mean, this should be fine, all things considered. We have enough health. We have low stress. I'm gonna laugh if like a 140 save becomes our best save for like this build in particular that we're trying to put together. Come on, man. Yes, I am going to go for E2 Sereniel, but that is going to only happen at the end of the patch, because I don't want any of my testing to be impacted by having her higher up. And that's like a just for me thing, because I just love her character so much. They give me rewards from towards the first light as well. I do not know what that is off the top of my head, so maybe not, unfortunately. That is how you say a very good question. Oh, sure. Well, that's a little bit better, right? That gives us the extra crit chance, which is appreciated. Spend X amount of energy and you get rewards campaign. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I have done that one. Thank you. I actually checked on that this morning. Yes, it has been a very long time since Battle Spirit Saga. That is very true. Nice. At least we get the crit there. With such bland art and character? Woo! You gonna get the YouTube comments mad at me for that one? Yeah, her style is definitely not for everybody, though. Like, her as a character in the story is actually interesting, but the lobby artwork is not for me. It's a bit too much, in my opinion. Oh no, we already have maximum copy chance here, so never mind. We're actually, we are good on that end of it. Oh wait, we got everything for her then, right? I mean, yeah, that's good enough. What are we at point-wise? 20? Ugh. I mean, I guess we could remove one. Oh, I guess we already bought the item, so we're locked out of that. So, Mark, thank you for the follow. Like, removing one of her basics would have been nice, but ah, well. Yeah, the lobby is by far the wildest. Hey, listen, Summer Belial is my love. We don't talk about him here. Bro, wait, why are you buffed? Oh, is this just like what happens when you go higher than difficulty 8? Whatever, eat all my lasers, man. Yeah, so anyways, fireball. Oh, God. Yep. There they all are. And then, spoiler, we're gonna do it again. That is many senmetsu such wow. Oh, are we finally gonna get our cobalt? Jesus, man. Woo! We are going here. Oh, but it's not in our discard pile anymore, is it, right? They all got exhausted. Damn. Not enough for the pale shooting here. It's fine. We can do the rapid fires, which have double hit here. Well, a little unfortunate with the timing here for our draws and whatnot, but we get one more turn, I guess. I would love to see Nyx as a combatant for sure. I guess how many do we have in our... or no, we should save our ego skills for the final boss, right? Actually. Yippee! Nice, 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 nice. We do actually get the copy here that we want. Man, the Cobalt Light is tempting, though. Well, we did get our 2-2 split like we wanted, so that's nice. Started to play 3 to 4 days ago, wondering if it's free-to-play friendly and if it's a fun endgame. If you are someone who loves roguelike games and min-maxing decks and all that stuff, I mean, it can be, but there's a lot on the roadmap coming up that I think a lot more people will be happy with. But I've been enjoying it. Like, I am someone who is a TCG player at heart, and this game does have a lot to offer once you start, you know, getting into the end game of it and doing all the team building and whatnot. Does take a while to get ramped up and get to that point is like the only possible downside, I'll say. I also like collecting at least one copy of every character, but I'm free to play. I think that is going to be a lot harder in this game in particular. But again, I am a spender, so I can't really speak to like what a totally free to play account looks like right now. Oh, holy shit, ballistas, brother. I guess shout out to getting Cobalt. Alright, well, we actually do get the multi-hit one here, which is nice. Our hand is, like, way too full now for what we want to do, though. Here's the advantage of having, like, the +1, right, generation, which is nice. All right, cool. I guess we are going to get one more shop removal option here then. What do we have point-wise even? 30 out of... Yeah, we're so low on points. Get all of our healing. We're going to have one more shop. Just for the sake of it, because we don't need that many in the deck. We could do like a precision aim would be or no, we don't have enough for a precision aim. It would have to be on sale. Damn. Oh, negotiate is actually sick for like the morale buff. But I don't think we can actually epiphany this in a short amount of time, which is the unfortunate part. Whatever. I'll take it anyways. We're like realistically probably not going to save this, but... Alright, I'll be back in a second, and then we are going to throw us away, and we're going to beat this boss. right, let's see what this big bad spooky boy got for us. On being hit, decrease. We're... Unfortunately, not having like an extra attack here we can really use is a bit of a bummer. At least we get the dodge at the start, right? Alright, break on the next turn here as well, which will be nice. Oh, well, that was unfortunate. Yeah, my hand is gonna be full from this. Only 3 cards so far exhausted. Yeah, whatever, we'll just save it. That's a lot of damage, brother. Holy shit. We actually have quite a few in our discard, so. Battle Pass isn't good for pulls, but it does have a good amount of resources in it. Oh, right, he's gonna have the frickin' hand change mechanic, man. So that's 7. I'm gonna wait until we can actually get the full 10, I feel like. We still have Instinct Weakness for another turn, so actually our next turn can be a pretty decent damage nuke. Oh, not triple ballista, brother. Are you shitting me? Three, 6, 9. All right, well, when it comes to value, I guess this is about as good as we're getting it to be. Because again, we have the Instinct Weakness on the boss still, so we're gonna get maximum amount of tenacity breaking happening. Oh, do we not have any? Oh, right, we have the other one in there. Well, it still did a shit ton of damage, so hope for the best. Oh, it's just short? No, we needed the source of water, man. 1256. Holy shit. All right, well, we have to use source of water this turn then. Hold on. I don't know if we can actually generate enough the other way either. We're like barely off. I guess there's no way to do it because we need the heal, and we can't get a heal without the source of water. We can try that too, I guess. Instead of the rapid. No, it's just short both ways. We're like a single ego point off. That is very frustrating. No! So close, man. Damn. It's fine. I'm not gonna overthink it anyways. I am hungry. I need to get some food. That was a 2-2 split though that we finished though still, right? I mean, yeah, this is fine. This is kind of like what I wanted to showcase. So this is I mean, this is wrong, unfortunately. The homing laser is not what we wanted, but yeah, this like really hurts. Now, like the more that I try to rationalize this, the worse it feels. In retrospect, if I would have kept her ego skill for the turn where I popped all of her lasers back to hand and then used the exhaust for the shield gain, we probably could have lived that way instead. But it's not. That's a new card that I haven't really experimented with, so I just didn't think about that from a build standpoint option. So definitely a play mistake on my end. I think that was definitely winnable. I just forgot about the chess piece because we haven't used it yet. All right, with that, I am going to, I gotta go grab some food and whatnot here. So again, happy holidays to everyone. I hope you had a great time. Hopefully you're, made it back safe and all that good stuff. As a reminder, I will be back to streaming. Again, not like every day, but we'll be streaming more over the course of the week. As I mentioned up front, 2026, really looking forward to Enfield, really looking forward to Limit Zero Breakers. So definitely look forward to both those being supported on the channel at some point. Chaos Zero Nightmare is still going to maintain the focus. So if you haven't already, make sure to go swing by the YouTube channel, drop a subscribe as it does help out a ton. But otherwise, if there's ever a video idea or content that you guys want to see, feel free to let me know in the comments on the YouTube channel, because again, I do read through all those and try to respond to them as I can. But with that, that is again going to do it for, ooh, whoops, did we not delete that accidentally? That's going to do it all for today. So until next time, my friends, stay safe, stay hydrated, go drink your water, and oh my God, I just spilled more water. No! I just spilled more water on my keyboard. Take care of yourselves, have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.